Trying to get to it. Okay, so I'm gonna start with Rhino brand new. Basically, just to let y'all know, I'm no professor, no teacher. I'm bad at teaching, but this is the way that I learned. So first thing you want to do is make sure y'all can see all of it. Just sit. Sorry, y'all. First thing you want to do is type in units. You want to change your units from from millimeters to inches, and then you want to go down to feet and inches, and you want to go press OK. So that's already changed to units. Next, you want to change your grid. You basically you type in grid. What I just did up here. Can you see the mouse? Yeah. Type in grid. You change the major line from 5 to 6 inches. I type in the 6 and I put the little inches symbol behind. And then your extents, this needs to be at 100. You don't have to do the inches part behind it. So then, there you go with that. Next, you want to start with your polyline. And I'm going to zoom in to mine. And I want to start off with the line going across. So we want to do 24 across and 18. Well, we can start with the 18 on the side. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 18 to why I didn't save that? Well, easier way to do it. Sorry, y'all. Um, 6, 6, 6. Why do I keep doing that? Two, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. Okay, 18. You want to go across with the 24. So 6, 6, 6. Basically, it should be these 4 boxes. That's the good thing about it is it should help you. The boxes, see, because there's 6 in each square. So then you want to do that. Mark it. Oops. Mark it, because see, 24. You go down to right there, and you bring it back here, which makes your box. Ooh, no. I'm not a good teacher. Okay, now you can group this whole thing so you can move it. So it fits on this better, like that. So basically, your square, you're 24 by 18. So, and then this is also on my default layer, which I'm gonna change this layer to, we're gonna say heavy lines, And we're gonna make another layer. It's better to make your layers first, but the only thing is keeping track of the layers. Make sure you're not putting stuff on the wrong layers. I mean, you could change it. I'll also show how to change it. Medium lines, and then you could do grid lines. Stop it. I do grid lines, that way I could just like change it. It's gonna make sense whenever I do it. And then my light lines, well, that's basically grid lines. Never mind, I'm just gonna save that layer for now, another time. So then, sorry, I don't know why y'all don't want to sit up. Okay. So the next thing you want to do is then you want to separate it. So then you go back to your lines. So then let me pull my notebook out. I believe it's 2616. Yeah, it's 2. You want to go above the line a little bit. So I do it like 3 boxes ahead, and then you do that. It's gonna stick like this. So you just press enter. And you press enter again to make it come back. That way you don't have to keep clicking the polyline button. So then you go to do 6. Oh snap! I'm recording this on my iPad, but okay. 3, 3, 6. Okay, and then so it's 2, 6, 1. Then 6. Then 1 again. Then 6. And then 2. And now on the do it this way, you want to do basically the same with how many space boxes. I do 3. So then it's 2. Hit enter. 2. Then 6. Then 2. And then 6. And then so this should be 2, 6, 2, 6, 2. And this should be 2, 6, 1, 6, 1, 6, 2. Okay. After this, ooh, Ashley. See, I already done messed up. Well, I didn't mess up, but okay. So we want to change the layers of these, and I want to put that on the default layer. Well, layer 2 could be the default layer. Okay. Let's select different ones. Okay. Or to make it easier, you just grab them and then go to change layer to layer 2, and then you do this. Can you please? Can you click please? Can you just work for me? Okay, whatever. So I put all of those lines onto layer 2, well, which I'm gonna rename it as my default. Change layer. And the lines that I'm choosing is these lines. Just make sure y'all know that part. Sorry for moving too slow. Just trying to make sure I'm being real clear about it. And I'm gonna go to the layer name of it, and I'm gonna change it to my default lines, which really. And then my heavy line, this line, it does. I mean, you could put that on default. I'm just gonna leave it on heavy instead of changing it. So next we want to go back to the heavy lines, and to make sure that you know that it's on heavy, to make sure that it's on heavy right here, can you see that? You want to make sure that the check mark is on it. See, because then even say it's blue, you click on, oh, stop it. Oh, but you on work now. Never mind. So then you want to go, you could, I'm going to grab the rectangle to do this part instead of the polyline. The rectangle just makes it much easier. Saves time, I guess you can say. So you start from one corner, then you go down right there, boom. You do the same thing for the 6 boxes. Um, so now I have those boxes. See, if I was to turn off default lines, I'd still have those boxes. So it makes it better having layers. So now we're gonna click on the grid line layers. See how I just, right. So, so now I'm gonna click back on the polyline. This right here. I'm gonna click back on here. And we're basically gonna draw the grid lines from, oops, sorry. Hold on, let me pause my finger because I don't like that. Sorry. So then you want to go from here, just basically creating the grid lines, which is also technically light lines. If you want to, that's what they want you to label it, I guess. But then again, I mean, it's no specific. And this line right here, delete it. Sorry about that. Let me go to, we could finish the grid lines. Well, go to your medium lines, and then you get a line. And this is the cross in the middle, like the center basically of the thing. So the lines that basically separate the boxes into 4. And you do that for all 6 boxes. I hope y'all were able to hear me because I'm using my headphones. But okay, so after that, then you want to go back to the grid lines. You only need to do the grid lines for the first 3 boxes. These bottom boxes are not necessary because this is still project 1.1. So then now you go across with these. And you change all the line weights and stuff in Adobe. So basically what Professor Mac was trying to get people to do was basically to make the grid lines and stuff, and then you go in Adobe and you make the lines and stuff like that. But simply you could just make the lines and all of that in Rhino and then transfer everything over to Adobe and change the line weights and shade and stuff, rather than going from Adobe to Illustrator, then back to Rhino, then back to Adobe. So it's a waste of time. I mean, unless you want to do that, but and if you don't, I'm clicking, making the grid lines to, and you see how I keep doing that. You know, you press enter and you press enter again, making sure nobody's confused about that. Okay. So then, if you was to, get rid of the grid lines, then you have the squares now. But okay. Now with this part, I can show you the what I do for the guidelines basically is I type in grid. I hope you're able to see that. I type in grid and I change my snap spacing to 0.50 for the top part for the top part of it with the center and stuff. I changed that to 50 instead of 1 inch. See how it goes in the middle. Let's not do it that high. Let me see. Okay. Do it right here. See. So where I did it at, I had changed my snap spacing to 0.50. I don't know if, yeah, I changed my snap spacing to 0.5, but everything else stayed the same. And then see how there's two big boxes. There's two boxes right here. With the 0.50 is it allows you to go directly in the middle, then back to the big line, then in the middle again. So you want to repeat that for all of them. Don't bring this line like all the way through. Okay, now for the guidelines down here, what I do is I change my snap spacing. Oops. I change my snap spacing to 0.25 inches, which allows me to do like a middle of the half line. I think everybody understands like what 25, 50, something, Right. So the only one that you have to do it for is the middle part. I say that I put 6 lines because there's 3 different things that you have to write down here. See, there's 6 lines. So that's when, okay, now that's basically the guidelines. So, okay, this is basically the default, I guess you could say. This is basically the default. If you don't understand how I got here, you could just go back to it, like back through the video, I guess. Let's see if I can put you directly in the middle. Yeah, I can see. Okay. So next thing, I don't know if y'all wanted me to like create a design and show y'all. I think everybody understood this part of it. I can show y'all the shading and stuff. Now for the text and stuff, I'll do that. Oop, just in case somebody don't know how to do that part. Do center, and then you want to put it in the middle so that it's centered. I don't know what, I think this is just to drop it down, whatever. And then I section it off, and then I go back to it, and then I basically make it smaller. So I think my settings for this was like, I felt like that was too small, so I believe I did 0.450 for mine. We have fits. Let's see. Is that the text? See, 450 makes you able to put directly. It's not touching anything. Okay, now you do it again. Text. This time it's symmetry. make sure center, drop down. You want to bring it to 0.450 just like the other one. And then the last one, text asymmetry, center it. Okay, y'all see which thingies I use, the middle one and both middle ones. And then I don't, are y'all good to see? I changed the height of it basically. I changed the height of it from 1 to 450, I believe. And you press OK. And then you basically center it. There go your words. Now here, to show y'all how that looks too, text. What was I think the first one was first one was your name. So then say, whatever. You say your name is Jane Doe, whatever. Okay. Oh, I have to change the size. I made this one shorter. I think I had made this one 250. So Jane Doe, center it, drop it from, instead of 450, we make this one 250. And then we want to move it. But 250 is not it. Okay, let's undrop it. Make it 200. Yeah, there we go. 200 and but I don't like that. Okay, what if we do drop it? No. Sorry y'all, this is gonna bother me. Okay, drop it all the way down. There we go. So with these, you do the middle setting, and then you do the ending one too. Text, project F21 3 cubes, or whatever the name of this is. So you do middle, and then you do the bottom one, and you change this to 200. 200. Okay, and then you move it here, and then the last one more text, and it's arc 103.004. 103.004. Professor Croix. Make sure you center it and then drop it. Okay. And boom. There you go with that part. Can y'all see that? Okay. Right. So I did all of that. I did all the names and stuff on my default layer. That way, you know. Turn it off. Boom. You know. And then the grid lines by the right. Okay. So now the next thing, you'll have the spider legs, whatever. So this is when I think y'all know how to do that part. So then you make whatever this is center. Could do this could be your center drawing. I don't think. Oh, what you want to do whenever you do go back, um, you want to go to grid again, and you want to change your snap spacing back to 1 inch. That way, it's more accurate, and it was snap for you rather than you having to sit there and try and line everything up basically. Mm. So say that's your center drawing. What you want to do is get rid of. Oh, actually, you messed up. Let's not do that. Okay. This thingy right here, you want to change layer. Change that to layer 1. Or add a new layer before you do that. If you didn't already have a layer, add it. Make another layer. Press OK. I'm gonna change this one. Basically, I call it my spider lines. It's like merchant lines, whatever. Oops. I call it my spider lines. Stop it. See, but these two lines in the middle. Let me see something. When I made my bottom row, I'm trying to see if I had when I made mine, I didn't have those. So necessarily you don't. I said in the beginning to do these lines for all 6 of them. You didn't have to. Let's actually get rid of those. Cancel. So I'm getting rid of those lines. It's unnecessary. And then in line 2, well, put it back. Okay, so there's your center. Your symmetry you could do from here. Basically, y'all understand this part. Oops. Do the same thing for the other side, basically. Right. And then for the asymmetrical, anyways, you could just do anything. Well, not anything. Just make sure that the lines, aren't the same, I guess. I believe he wants them all to touch somewhere, I guess. And then you can make another point, which will be like okay, say that's your, you know, your asymmetrical lines. Well, let's do one more for right here. Okay, say that's your asymmetrical. Basically, now what you want to do from there, what happened to this line? I'll show y'all. Oh, I think y'all wanted to know how to do the measurement lines too. Basically, I go back to default lines. And then, I mean, it's not, you don't have to do this, really. Well, before you do that, you have to change your snap spacing back. So, grid. Oops. Change my snap spacing to 25. So then you want to go here, here, stop it. Could go here to here as well. What's okay? Something that's not. Oh, bring this line back. It's just like taking the lines, you know, just taking the lines basically. I'm not gonna do the whole thing. Text 6. Okay, then you take it. Oh, make it bigger, of course. Bring that to 1. Let's see if that's big enough. Okay, yeah. One thing about it, it don't want to get rid of this one. I'm gonna move that. Okay. Now, I center it. See, you have to like toggle. Yeah, there you go. You center it, and then you put it in the middle. Well, just like you did up here, basically. So that's how you do the grid lines thingy. You do that all the way through and on this side. I did the top, and yeah. So after this part comes the shading part. So I'm gonna make it another video. That way I don't have to send through this hour-long video. Okay.